And hello everyone. In this video, I want to show what my Vim setup is, or rather neovim setup is on Windows. Why Windows of all operating systems? Because you can see now I'm actually using Arch, and I have my Vim setup done like my way. This is the way I prefer it on Arch, and the thing is, I want to port it over to Windows in case, uh, I get forced to use it at some point, and I have been so-called forced to use Windows, from time to time, uh, and that makes setting up Vim a bit of a hassle, or neovim for that matter, especially with all the fonts and everything as well. So I just want to walk through that installation process, and as with every Vim, I think it's a good practice for every Vim to have screenkey on once we start doing that. So the application is screenkey, and then you can just specify a timeout. As you can see, everything is done very nicely here. Okay, you can see the screen, the keys I'm pressing. But before that, I just want to bring us to the virtual machine which I'm running Windows on. Okay, I'm using virtual machine here. And let's just start with some of the prerequisites for Windows install. Okay, so to install neovim on Windows, quite rudimentary here, quite simple. You use winget to install neovim. Okay, if you want a proper development environment, just install git as well. So winget's like the command line package manager. So winget, yeah, and you'll say probably it's already installed. So yeah, so probably it's just reinstalling everything. So I just run through all of this. Um, I'll run through all of this, and then you'll say, okay, we already installed it. Okay, great. Next step is, okay, I want to install Git as well. So let's just install Git. Okay, but on this Windows machine, I already have most of the stuff installed. So pretty much what I'm showing you is just a reinstall of everything on this virtual machine. Now, for actual Windows terminal or Windows machines that run on bare metal, not virtual machines, like actual machines, I like to install neovide because it comes with all the, what do you call that? All the font typing, nerd fonts, everything. Uh, it comes in like just like that. Okay, very simple. It has all the nerd fonts and everything done. I don't have to configure or set up anything. So neovide is one of the ways, and it's a neovim GUI client. Okay, of course, and you can use that to run neovim. And the way I'm running neovim is I'm sticking to Lua as much, sticking to Vim script as much as possible. Okay, but I'll just run through the rest of the things before I talk more about that. Okay, so on the virtual machine, if I want all the fonts and everything nicely, like you see, I have all these nice glyphs over here, git status bars, whatever. Yeah, I will prefer to use neovide. But if you don't have with neovide, the alternative is, of course, you can just install Windows PowerShell. Okay, for Windows PowerShell, okay, no, not Windows Terminal, not Windows PowerShell, Windows Terminal. Yeah, I can just install Windows Terminal, and the shell I like to use on Windows is PowerShell because, reason is that we will have as much. I mean, all excuse me, all the familiar ways of working with a Unix shell or Bash or Z shell, like clear, ls, cd, cd, or documents maybe. Then you have tag completion, everything there. This is as close as you get to Unix, a Bash shell or Z shell without installing Windows subsystem for Linux or some other things. Okay, so this is as close as you get to in native Windows. So that's what I like to stick with. Okay, so Windows PowerShell or neovide, that's the way to go. Okay, of course, next thing to do is to create a init.vim file. Okay, for Windows, you have to put it in the local nvim folder. Okay, normally this will be hidden, so you cannot really find it in File Explorer unless you check the do something with the hidden folders. But for PowerShell, no problem. I can just go to App Data. You can go to App Data. And don't worry, I will extend the screen later. I will enlarge the screen later. Because I just want to run through the install instructions now, and I'll be switching back and forth from the guest and the host virtual machines. So local will be here, and normally there won't be an nvim folder. Okay, normally there won't be an nvim folder, so you have to make your own nvim folder using mkdir. So if you want to use mkdir, you just use it as you would in Linux. So you can also remove abc. Okay, the rf flags on all that don't really count anymore. Okay, so cd to nvim, and you will see, okay, there's normally no nvim file here, so you kind of have to touch. Okay, well, you can't really touch here, so the next alternative is to, well, use Explorer, or you can use Notepad and you can do it from terminal, but this setup's a bit buggy. I don't have Notepad now, so the next best thing is explorer.exe. Put it in this folder and you'll be open here. You can actually just make a new text file or whatever. Okay, make a new text file, and okay, you can make a new text file and name it as init.vim. Okay, this is the vimrc equivalent for neovim, and you can put it here in mdata local nvim init.vim. Okay, some of the shell commands you can use are over here, like mkdir, and you can just run Notepad if you have Notepad installed and you didn't break your machine like I did. Okay, next thing is Python install. Okay, Python is a little bit tricky to get working on neovim. So what I did over here is to actually install it on the App Store, Microsoft App Store. Okay, so the version I installed was Python 3.7. Okay, you can install other versions of Python that you want, but I've not tried it yet. Okay, I've not tried it yet. So yeah, so there's a Python 3.7 here, which is kind of a legacy version. It's still supported apparently, but yeah, it's still supported. It might get outdated, but the reason why I take it is because it's older, it's more stable, that kind of thing. So I'm taking it and I installed it. Okay, so this is already installed. Okay, this is already installed. So how then do we get it? Okay, to get it set on new to get it set up on neovim, there are two steps you need. Okay, one is this python 3-m pip install. Okay, so you go there, go to your shell, python 3-m pip install, user upgrade pynvim. Everything is on GitHub. I will leave it in the description. This link I will leave it in the description for you. You can go and take a look at yourself. However, if you try starting neovim, okay, this is neovim, and then yeah, if you want to check whether the Python working, you can use this check health command. So check health, and this is not available in Vim. Okay, you will see that the Python 3 provider, it will say that no Python executable is found that can import neovim. Okay, so this is actually the tricky part. There's a little bit more of a step you need to do. And then, of course, if you try to run Python 3 and you try to put import neovim, you can actually do it. Okay, so what's actually going on here? Okay, so let me put the Control-Z, enter. Okay, so the thing is that with Python 3 or Python in general, they gave this help provider Python. Okay, you can look at this help provider Python. Okay, or maybe I should. Let me turn on the keys. Let me turn on the keystroke so I can see things, what's actually going on. Okay, I'll open the screen key timeout with a timer of 0.4 seconds. Okay, so let's see. nvim. Okay, and I don't have nut3, so I go for check health first. Check health. So you can see I'm using this check health command here. So, okay, they're asking you to, okay, let's go to help provider Python here, right? Help provider Python. Okay, this is the line. So let's go to help provider Python. Okay, so what does the provider Python say? Okay, provider Python here says, okay, for Python provider information, you need to specify a path to Python 3. So let G Python 3 host program equals to some path to Python 3. How do you find this path? Okay, so go to Python 3. Okay, open file location. This is Windows 10. I don't know if it works for Windows 11, but you will see that over here we have a lot of Python 3 executables. Now, the thing is that we need to get the file path right here. Okay, so the file path will be under this properties. Okay, the file path will be under these properties, and you have to copy this entire thing right here. Okay. So again, either of these Python file paths will do. So for example, this one is here. Yeah, this Python thingy is here. So we'll take this location. Make sure you copy this properly, and let's see whether it pastes properly over here. Okay, I'll quit everything, and I'll just open my init.vim inside Notepad++, which is just there to help me do my init.vim. Okay, and then you put there should be a python3.exe file here which you can use. So this isn't actually a proper, you can see the size is like 0 bytes for some reason, right? So I think this isn't exactly, is it your Python? Yeah, I mean this is your Python executable, but let's see, we have to put it inside here. Okay, so how do you put it? Okay, and vim. Of course I can use a neovim to actually put this on, but okay, might as well. Neovim init.vim. Okay, I'm already here. So I'll X out of here, Notepad++. This is kind of a fallback in case anything goes wrong. Okay, but yeah, might as well. Insert mode. And then what does it say? Let's do a help Python provider Python. Okay, help provider Python. That was the command we used just now. So what did it say? I need to let this host program go to this path to Python right here. It must be to the path to the Python executable. So it must have this exe thing right here, so that it will find the correct Python executable. If you want to really be precise, I think this is the best. If I specified that I installed Python 3.7, then do Python 3.7. Okay, so Python 3.7.exe. Hopefully that will work. Yeah. Okay, I can paste. Okay, and visual in the comments here, and I'll paste it here. Okay, shift and join, equal sign, and source this file right here. Okay, and let's do a check health again to see whether it works. Check health, and this is mostly applicable for neovim only. Okay, it will it will say yes, we are using this Python now, but no Python executable is found that can import neovim. Okay, so this particular Python executable also doesn't quite work. Okay, there was something else to this, okay, which I needed to kind of say. You can see that my Python 3 host program, okay, the last time I've opened it up or created a shortcut, okay, this is the kind of a better way. So you see this version doesn't work. I need to show you what actually works. So if I actually let's say Python 3.7, okay, and I will just yeah, so let's go to send to desktop. That's I think what I did before. It's like the steps are kind of like getting like all over. Okay, go to the properties here. It will still lead you there, but I think the correct way is to look for this very weird file. This is where your actual Python is. So go to the way I think the other way to actually get your Python path is here. Okay, let me go and remember how to do this. I kind of forgot halfway through. Okay, so actually I totally can't remember, but at least I have the file path here. Okay, I can't remember how I actually got this file path, but I kind of used the Windows Store, and then okay, I told them to show me the application. So Python 3, Python, yeah, open file location. Oh yeah. See, again, one more time. Here you go, Python. Okay, open the file location, and you will see that this is the actual Python application, 222 kilobytes. So there's something in this executable here as compared to this one. Okay, so there are two different places where you will find Python for some reason. I don't know, it's a very wonky thing with Windows. Okay, so Python 3.7 or Python 3. Okay, so if I say open the file location, okay, hold on, try again. Python 3.7. Open file location. And okay, so these two things are kind of like opposite each other, different places. So I will just do a side-by-side comparison. Okay, so this is where my Windows apps are. The Python 3.exe. This one's the 0KB one, and this one has actual like a finite size of kilobytes, and this will be actually placed inside C program files. Okay, it will be in C program files Windows apps rather than this app data place. Okay, this is the app data place is not where it's supposed to go. You should go to Python exe under program files. Okay, go under program files, and you'll have this very wonky name right here. Okay, so you have this very wonky name. Okay, it's a very long name. Okay, so you still have to copy it. So let's try copying this location. It's a very long name and stuff. Just copy, and I will go to my PowerShell, and let me change the path. Okay, visual in the one more time. Visual in, is it here? Yeah. Oh, there's one more thing here. Okay. Visual in here and delete. Never mind. Shift C better. Okay, let's see. I will just Control Shift V. Okay, it's again very wonky long name right there. A wonky and long name, and then it will say look for this python.exe. Okay, python.exe. Okay, save it, source this file, and do a health check. Okay, one more time. Let me try nvim again. Oh, check health, not health check. Okay, yeah, see, now Python is actually working very nicely. If you use this you have to find it within the Windows apps under program files. Okay, you have to do it under Windows apps program files. All this this is the only way like the Python neovim will actually work properly. Okay, and this is important. Why? Because when it comes to extensions later, you will want to have vim multi-snips and everything. So that's important. Okay, next prerequisite here is to install vim-plug. Okay, vim-plug is it's quite obvious. You want to install plugins. So let's just do that. And once you see that this directory with nvim datasite autoload is there, you are basically done. Okay. Last but not least, you'll need Rust support for some of the LSP servers and everything, language server protocol servers. Okay, so how do we install that? Okay, just look for install Rust. Okay, install Rust, and we'll do it using the Rust app. Okay, or cargo. Yeah, install Rust. Install cargo. Okay, cargo is like the toolbox for Rust, I suppose. Okay, Rust app init.exe. This is what I use. So just download it. I already have it downloaded. I can just open this up and basically just follow the instructions here. I will not go through this. You can install Rust and everything. Okay, so this is a prerequisite for some of the plugins I'm using, and I think that is it for this video. I don't want to stretch and drag it out too long. I'll see you in the next video.